Um, okay, let's go to Twitter, uh, Instagram, Instagram. Hi guys, I'm trying to get my Instagram to behave itself. Um, how does this work? Ah, sorry. Hey guys, everybody doing okay? I have some interesting things to say about Israel. Share. Let me share this. Okay, share. Fine. Good. Forget about it. Okay, whatever. I can't figure this stuff out. Okay, we got it. All right, thank you. And sorry about that. I don't really know what's going on with Instagram, but I'm sure it's all good. We have to hope. All right, put this over here. Now, do I have power in there? Yeah, there's some power. There's just power in here. We're not gonna. I don't think we're gonna go out. Let me just plug in anyway. Sorry, you guys get to see all this behind the scenes stuff. I'm just. That's plugged in, and let's plug this in so we don't have any blackouts in the middle of things. Okay. Cool. We're set. Okay, I'll put on my ears. Now I can hear something. Uh oh, what's that? You guys hear a buzz? Is there a buzz? What's that coming from? Oh, there we go. Okay, buzz is off. Wow. Everything that I've done in my life, from being a musician to everything else. I mean, as a musician, I know right away it's a chord. So it's like everything in my life has like trained me for this job, to for better or worse for you guys. I mean, so yeah, buzzing. Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, so we're good. We're back to normal, I think. Let's see. Yeah, everything is good. L'chaim, l'chaim. Be like Nakshan, right? Yeah, be like Nakshan. There was a beer I used to drink. I think it was called. It was a Spanish beer. Oh, what's that beer? I don't know. It was an IPA. Whatever. But they had little comments on the thing, and one was like, life's a joy. Life is good. Don't sip. Anyway, okay. So let's get serious here. Everything is vibration, right? So I want to continue with last night's discussion of what's going on in Israel, and I I just did a video on it, and I want to just go over my interpretation of what I think is going on in Israel. Like I tried to figure it out. Now, I don't know if my explanation is correct. Hopefully at least it'll lead us into. I mean, it's just that yeah, the unplugged cord. We're not playing, right, right, exactly right, man. Kenneth, yeah, I'm with you, man. I know, I'm like, yeah, I'm all over the place. Yeah, absolutely. First rule of playing, man. The Lord doesn't trust me with an electric guitar at this point. I mean, I had a Telecaster, and God made me sell it for some reason. I think it's because I enjoyed it too much. Um, that could be that could be an issue. And I've gotten into trouble with Telecasters before. I dropped out of college once because my next door neighbor got a Telecaster, and I put it in my hands, and that was like 2 minutes later. I was like, I'm out. I'm leaving this place. So yeah, the view is amazing. It's really not as blue as you might think it is, but it is. I think on Instagram you can get a better color of the real color of the ocean. See if you can see it on Instagram. Yeah, Psalm 27. Yeah, I don't have my Tillim here, but we yeah. 5 planetary. Yeah, there's a lot going on. So I want to say this because I don't think there's anybody. I can't imagine that anybody else in the universe is going to say what I'm going to say, and it needs to be in the mix. This interpretation needs to be in the mix, and I applaud everyone who's on this channel as being the advanced guard of the information stream. Now, I could be totally off my rocker. I mean, I'm not saying that, but I don't think so. And I'm going to explain, I'm going to explain here what I think is going on in Israel. Just finished with Mark C. Did you get the RV yet? Is that coming? Is it next Thursday, next Monday? I'm ready. I got my Zims, man. I got my Zim bonds, and I'm ready for that. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Let's talk about the motivating factors behind the news. Yeah, in Israel. Okay, so this is how it goes. Okay, let's talk about the source of power in Israel, and I'm going to take it to a level that I'm sure no one on the planet has really considered, and I really think this is the real deal. And I don't say this with pride. I don't take pride in any of this. I don't consider myself to even be present in a lot of these things. And a lot of times when I look at my videos, actually all the time I look at my videos, I'm like, who is that guy? It's like in other words, it's not me per se. It sort of comes through me. From Israel. Okay, yeah, Mark. Okay, that's beautiful, man. That makes me feel really happy because the Israelis must know what's going on. And they have no way, there's no way if you live in Israel, you could have a clue as to what's going on because of the intelligence agency that runs Israel. Okay, because the okay, so I'm not going to go there yet. Okay, so let me build the layers of this picture of what's going on. You have the deep state. What is the deep state? Let's just define the deep state. The deep state is the Satan. The deep state is the Illuminati. The deep state is those who do terrible things to little kids. The deep state is underground and overground. The deep state runs the banking, ran the banking system, ran the medical system. That's why they victimized Israel so heavily with their medicine. They ran the educational system. They ran the political systems. They ran everything from the Red Cross to the World Bank, to the IMF. They blackmailed, they paid off everybody, everybody. Now, as I define this force, and this is also called Amalek, this is also called the Baal, this is also called Moilech in Torah. This is the force of Satan. This is a fallen angel who is fighting with God, who is fighting with Source. These people, they're not people. These reptilian. Okay, so I can't go into the whole background of what these people are, and there are lots of channels that talk about the Nebu, the Greys, the Orions, the Creeps, the Klingons, that have been running the planet for a couple thousand years, right? In a nutshell, right? I'm telling it in a nutshell. It's evil, but then there's also the flip side of evil, which is that evil forces one to do good. So is it really evil? At the end of the day, everything comes from source. So it really, in the end of the day, everything is good. Everything is here for our benefit. Everything is here for our enlightenment. Everything is here for our pleasure, to open our eyes. Okay, so these guys own the world. How do they end up owning the world? They sell gasoline. They trade in people, which is a very profitable business. Let me just check this. Uh, okay, cool. All right, let's see. Okay, they trade in people. They trade in, they use wars. They will stop at nothing. They will blackmail. They will pay off people. Okay. So this force, this deep state, we'll just call it the deep state. I described it good. Yeah. And now, by the way, I do not call it the cabal anymore. I call it the 13 bloodline families. They want you to call it the cabal. That's how sneaky these Klingons are. Let's just call them the Klingons. This is how sneaky the Klingons are. They want us to call it the cabal because I'm no longer the kabbalahguru, apparently, because my channel is taken down. But they want us confuse us about the real evil. They want us to think it's the Khazarian mafia, the cabal. They call it the cabal. This is really about the 13 bloodline families that come from Rome. Okay, Rome. This is called the Roman Gullus, the Roman exile. So if you want to blame, you want to blame it on the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers, that's fine and dandy, and you have my permission to do so, but it is misleading, because the real Illuminatis, you don't know their names, but they lived in Rome. They now live in China, and they're not Chinese. They are hybrids. They come from Cain. They are pure evil. They have no emotions. They do not like people. Well, let me put it to this way: as we learned from Hollywood, which is a big part of the truth tellers. As we learned from Hollywood, how to serve man, we learned in the Twilight Zone. How to Serve Man was a cookbook. Okay, so do these 13 bloodline families like people? Yeah, you know, I I like I like I had a very nice cup of oatmeal just now, and I liked it. I like oatmeal. They like people. Okay, Serving Man was a cookbook. Right. We got that. So everybody here on this channel, you all know what I'm talking about. Jewish ones associated with Star Trek. Yeah, it gave a lot of clues and facts. Yeah, I think Star Trek is a very powerful source of information, and I think we can almost say the Klingons as representing the 13 bloodline families, the reptilians. Their drive is Moilech. Yeah, yeah, right. They get their power from Moilech, from sacrificing. You know, at any rate, these dudes, these Klingons, these reptilians are running the world, have been running the world. They are not running, they are about to be removed from the planet by the galactics. Okay, so that now I just introduced the second force in this equation. So we have the Klingons, we have the galactics, and there's a third group that is coming into power and that will take over the planet, and that is humans. And we are becoming a new species as a result of a genetic experiment that started in the Garden of Eden. Probably started a long time before that, but from our knowledge, we know that it that something happened in the Garden of Eden, but this has been a genetic experiment, and so was this part of that, and so was World War II, and the Holocaust. All of this is related to the Klingons, the Nazis. The Galactics are the white hats; they're the good guys, but they are not our gods. That this is an important piece, and I'm gonna relate this all to Israeli politics. I'm just right now. I'm just introducing the basic three types of beings that we're dealing with. So we're dealing with like the reptilians, the deep state. We're dealing with the galactics, the white hats, the good guys, which the galactics know. The galactics are not allowed to get involved with our, and we do not want them involved. We are very happy that they are liberating the planet, but in terms of leadership in the future, this will be done by the third group, the new, which is the new earth, the new humans. We are becoming a new species as our genetics evolve, as we understand who we are and we take our place on the planet and we remove all these ugly buildings that I'm looking at right now. They won't be here soon. They'll be gone. This will be the most beautiful planet. I'm watching and I'm looking, and there's an airplane taking off. There won't be airplanes. We will be living in a completely different world. We are the third group. We are the people of Earth. We have evolved. We have struggled. We have fought against both the the Klingons and the Federation, as you want to call it that. In a way, we fought against them as well, and we are about to grow up and to walk on our own and to be fruitful and multiply in a way that none of us can even imagine. Okay, so we have the three groups, right? The Klingons, the Federation of, I'm calling it the Federation. It's really the Alliance, the Galactics, and the humans. I get a lot of information from the Galactics, but I am a human. Okay, I am totally, completely human. I have flaws, I have problems, I have issues. I am completely human, as is everyone on this channel. I'm sure. I mean, I'm sure there are some, probably women, mostly that are even on a higher level, a much higher level than I can even imagine. Probably most women are on a higher level than me, but that's a whole different issue, and I'm not even going there. I'm going to go now back to the first group. The first group, I thought I left Brooklyn. Maybe not. I'm in Queens. Did you guys hear that? Maybe it's not as bad. That's satanic stuff. All right, I'm just gonna have to close the window in a minute. Okay, let me just close the window. I can't. I have some autonomy, not complete autonomy. I can still hear a drip, a drizzle, and a drazzle. But okay, so now, New York is New York, man. I mean, it's a mindset. New York is a way of life, and my peeps have been here since the 1800s. And I periodically try to run away, and God says, "Nah, man, you're going back." So I belong here, and it's it's a mindset. And I wasn't. I was raised in the suburbs. I wasn't raised in the city. So this is it's kind of like new to me as well. Okay, now I'm going to go to Israeli politics and slam that window. Yeah, man. And staying humble. Yeah, we got to stay humble. Listen, I do not have like any ego around any of this stuff. I don't know how I got here. I don't know who I am. I just am. That's all I know. That's it, man. I got my issues. I got my stuff, but God wants me to do this. Okay, now let's go back to Israel. What are we talking about with Israel? Knowing about the deep state, that the deep state has been in control. They won't be in control in a couple of weeks. A couple of weeks when the BRICS nations go like this to the currency of the deep state. The deep state is about to go belly up. They won't be here soon. But these fiends, these Klingons, these Moilekians, these creeps, um, they support the conflict in Israel. They are behind. You think the Mossad, I'm going to just call them out, man. You think the Mossad has any interest in the Jewish people, you need to like really go home and do some research. The Mossad, okay, I said it. Let's just call them the M's. The M's, the C, all the intelligence organizations on the earth are run by the not Z's. And they have been running the planet for many thousands of years. It's just a very civilized way. We don't get to see the enemy as the vicious enemy that they really are. So these creep Klingon reptilian types, they are behind, they pay off little young innocent Arab boys to do terrible things to Jewish people so that this hatred will continue to be alive, and they get paid, they get rewarded handsomely. This is about money. This is about power. It has nothing to do with people. People do not do this to other people unless they're put into a situation, unless they're forced to do it through poverty. People in poverty, if they can get paid to do something horrendous to help their family, they will do it. But you cannot say that these people just out of the blue thought themselves, gee, I want to go over and slaughter some innocent Israelis. I really want to do that. That does not come from people. That comes from Moilech. That comes from the Klingons. That comes from the creepy reptilians that were running the world. So they basically passed the Balfour Declaration so that they could be sure that this conflict would stay, would remain in the Middle East and in the world. In the meantime, these Israelis should know, Jewish people should know that they have no great love for Jewish people. What's the evidence? Look what happened in World War II. Look what happened with this thing in Israel. What nation got more of these than any other nation? And the real Bibi was all for it, because the real Bibi was Illuminati. He was, I think, I this is Lashon Hara. I don't really know, but from what I understand, he was a bad dude, and he was taken out, and he got to sit next to Hill and all the other our fun friends in Gitmo. He was taken out. That is not the real Bibi. That is an actor or a clone. Now, okay, so that's one group that gets paid off, blackmailed, whatever. They do their job because they are forced into it. There is no conflict between Arabs and Israelis. That is a manufactured conflict, just like we had this thing with Germans and non-Germans. There's no conflict with the German people. It's conflict with the people that were behind them. And it wasn't Germany that financed them. These were big financiers from all over the world, including America, like Ford. Ford and all these big shots, and, the Rocker people and the Kennedys. I don't know. I don't know that the Kennedys had clean hands. I don't know that. They want us to believe that the Kennedys are can I say the word? Can I say the word? Okay, so I'm not going to get into this other issue. I'm just going to. It's a lot of truth. I know it's a lot of truth. It's a lot of truth. Thank you, Gail. Okay, and nobody else is talking about it. Everybody else is talking about, what's going to happen in the country or who's getting this and that. That is just bullshit. That is absolute distraction and bullshit to keep you from understanding the real truth, which is what I believe I'm saying. I hope I'm saying. So, okay, so these bad boys have a vested interest in keeping the conflict alive. The Balfour Declaration was not put in place to save the Jewish people. It was put in place to keep the conflict alive and to keep the Jews in one place so that the Illuminati could control them with the M group, with the M guys, okay? So that's part of it. Now, here's another big piece of the puzzle that I'm going to give you. And it's not me. It's not, it's not Ellie Weber. It is information that I'm receiving. The other big piece, through my thoughts, and anybody can do this. Anybody can know what I know. Anybody could do what I do by simply getting out of your own way, by simply just getting out of your own way, by not having as much of an ego as I used to have. I'm not saying I'm egoless or anything like that. But anyway, the other piece of the puzzle that nobody has put together yet is that where are the libs getting their money? Where are the libs? Who's supporting the libs? Why do the libs do what they do? They're no different from the little Arab boy, innocent, beautiful, black-haired, obedient, wonderful young man who's somehow brainwashed by these insane idiots to do something ridiculously outside of his realm, to hurt another human being. No human being would do that unless they were paid off and bribed and blackmailed and drugged and everything else. So the libs are no different from that little teenager in Nablus. They are paid off. How are they paid off? They get the good jobs, they get the college education, they get all the money because they had all the financial advisors and the pension funds and everything was weighed out in their favor. So why are liberals so brain dead? It's because they're not really liberals. They're just paid shills from the deep state. They've been brainwashed since birth that if you want to succeed, and they do succeed, they succeed because the bad guys are paying for them to succeed. This is a piece that nobody has put together yet. Why do libs do the stupid things they do? Because they get paid for it. They don't even know it. They don't know where their money comes from. They're good people. They're obedient people. They do what they're told. They go to a new Silver Eagle came out. I have no money, man. My bank account, I just got it's is in the negative territory. So I'm a little ahead of myself. I'm not going to buy any Silver Eagles today, but um, I'm just thinking out loud. Sorry. So nobody's put that piece together yet. Why are the libs doing what the libs do? Because they get paid. They get paid. You don't see it. You don't see a check. Okay, here's your payoff. It's the colleges, it's the jobs, it's the pensions, it's the investments, it's the inheritance. Everything is, and you might think that this is these are the upper echelon. This is the elites. They're not the elites. They're simply the dog soldiers of the elites. The elites were in the Vatican. The elites are the 13 bloodline families. These people don't make the real money. They're not the heads of anything. You think, I mean, do you think Larry Fink, I mean, how many houses does he own? I don't know, and I don't care. But he's not the head. He's just, they put up a Jewish guy in front of this, like to pretend like he's running this country, this company, when it's really these guys, these 13 bloodline families that used to come from the Vatican and now live in China. And now we know their names. You could find out their names if you really want to know. It's names like Conti and Medici. Um, I don't really have a vested interest. I don't really care. I don't care who they are anymore. I also don't care who the Galactics are. And I am seeing perversion in the patriot community. The patriots are not pure, man. They are not pure. They are giving you a load of this. There's some truth in there, but they're no different from the Illuminati. Now, I think I said it. I think 17 comes straight from the Galactics. This information source has a purity to it. There is a purity to 17. But there is no purity to the Patriots. The Patriots all have their digs in it. They think that they're going to install I don't know how to say it, but you know what I'm going to say. They think they're going to install a godlike figure over the world, and this godlike figure will will make everything nicey. It's not going to happen. I'm telling you, if you're a hardcore patriot, man, and you listen to Whip and all these people, at the end of the day, when you talk about Israel, you're talking about once the Illuminati are gone from Israel, you're talking about the people who are installed there by God. Now, you really think you're going to replace them with somebody else? That is a fantasy. If you enjoy that fantasy, Whiplash, and all you other um, wonderful souls out there, wonderful patriots. You want to have a fantasy that you're going to install a king over the world, and he's going to rule, and he's going to have this like long flowing hair, and he's going to be kind of like a little bit, maybe a little bit femmy. He's like a real enlightened being, perfectly handsome, and um, you know you want to believe that. I think, listen, when I was a kid, I thought Mickey Mouse was real. I really did. I don't really believe in Mickey Mouse anymore. I don't. Not to say that that's the same thing as what you guys believe in, but there, at the end of the day, what people are going to find out on the planet is that there is a God. There is a God. He really exists. I mean, it's obvious. It's obvious to real humans. It's not obvious to the people of Moilech. It's maybe, I think the Galactics have a sense of it. The Patriots, these a lot of these Patriots, I'm just like, you had a chance, man. You got the information the same way I got it, from this, pure, beautiful information source, as far as a wellspring, and you want to make it into something that it's not. That's your business. God bless you. Have at it, man. Enjoy your trip. You see where it takes you. um, so I'm really giving a lot of truth here exists. Yet you know that. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Ariel, Hadassah, Ariel. We know that. But I'm saying, in the patriot community, you have to understand that there is also good and evil, and there are people who have agendas. I don't know why they have agendas. I guess they've been brainwashed the same way the libs have been brainwashed and paid off, the same way the liberals have been paid off. So yeah, good and evil makes the world go round. I will buy that, John. I mean, that's true. I mean, you need positive and negative in order for the world to exist. That's what they prove. That's what the Chachamim. That's what the wise ones. That's what the Makubalists produced years ago. They removed idol worshiping, and that's why we don't really understand how somebody could get so crazy about worshiping an idol. But in the old days, it was a really big time taiva, big time desire. And they also removed the force between men and women, the good and evil. I'm not saying there are no more kings and queens. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I think there will be a king. I think there will be a king. But I don't think we're really ready to even go there yet, because a king, a true king, that, we don't know what a real king is because we've never seen one. But a true king, I mean, in a way, I mean, I would say that Mr. T is the closest thing to a true king that we've ever seen, because he doesn't really he's not doing it for his own benefit. I don't see that. But a true king gets his power from his people. He doesn't have anything. He doesn't really, he's only allowed to have, I think it was 13 wives. He's not allowed to own a lot of horses. He spends his time learning Torah. But he's there. He is the representative. Now that's why David Hamelech, King David, was a true king. And they said Shlomi, King Shlomo, was not. I mean, he was a great king, Shlomo, but he did not have a soul klalos. He did not have a soul that included all other beings. So to understand the conflict of what's going on in Israel, the libs are up in arms. You can't take away our government. You can't take away our money. They don't really. The liberals do not understand where who's paying their bills. They don't get it. and they probably, I don't know if they will ever get it. They might wake up and realize, oh my gosh, the whole privilege thing was really bestowed upon us by evil itself. So man, I mean, so when people, first of all, you're not really dealing with BB. You're not really dealing with. There's no leadership in Israel except the M people, and they could get their power from below. I don't know. So yeah, so that's wow. When a full hour. That was, I think, a really deep and important explanation as to what's going on in Israel and the rest of the world. Now we're about to see the flip. The Right. If you were a king, you wouldn't want anyone to know. Exactly right. King over the world. No. Right. Exactly right. A real king is not king over the world. The world is king over him. A true king is in a complete surrender mode to his people. He doesn't want anything for himself. He doesn't even know who he is. He just exists for the will of the people. He is a representative, and this is a true king. Right, a worldwide council of leaders is coming. No, we see this is we I don't know what this means, an important concept to understand is that um this are you serious? Hadassah Ariel, I just gave you the most clandestine info in the history of humanity, and you want details? I don't understand. You want to know, oh, well, next Friday at 2 o'clock. I'm giving you the background, the essential pieces of the puzzle. Um, anyway, I understand Hadassah, you want intel, but this is way greater than the intel. I'm telling you, knowing what I just told you, you look at the intel, you will understand what the intel means. Is there going to be 3 days of blackout? Probably. Is it going to happen next Friday? I don't know. These are things that I'm just guessing. I'm telling you stuff that I can figure out. That's actually, I think, of value. But you know, it was a sincere question. Yeah. No, I understand. I understand. I understand. I understand. Actually, there was no intel. Okay, look, it's all you say potatoes, I say potatoes. I'm telling you that was all intel. If you want to get into the like the detail oriented, the detail you want to look at CNN versus the Patriots, this is all subjective information. This is the essence. I'm telling you the essence, right? This is the essence. So, with the essence, now you can look at the intel and say, well, why are the people protesting in Israel? They're protesting because their food source is going to get cut off if the court system goes down, because there'll be true justice in Israel. And they don't want that. But they don't even know why they don't want it. A real Pleiadian. Okay. Okay, a real Pleiadian. Okay, so go to the real Pleiadians. Listen. I don't. You don't have to come here. No, this is a choice. Um, Thank you, chosen. Thank you, chosen. Okay, so somebody got it. All right. I appreciate it, and it's okay if you didn't get it. Yeah, the fallen ones are definitely the. Everyone is down there. Okay, whatever. Okay, so anyway, so at the end of the day, those who understand what I'm talking about, just share the information as you can. It will become more important in the future. People don't really understand what I'm talking about right now, and that's okay, because there are a lot of people have a lot of emotional, baggage in this. A lot of they have a lot of people in the fight. They have their right. Okay. I mean, listen. I mean, Bobby. How do we know it's true? Full history in the picture. Oh yeah, yeah. Um, I don't know. That's a very good question. Very good question. They have become unelected rulers, right? And they're supported by the left, and now you know why. Right, but this is yeah, you are your own leader, right? Strange energies on earth today. Intel is like a drug. Yeah, that's how I feel. And listen, I was addicted for a couple of years. I used to run home to for my job to see the latest 17 post. It's very addictive. But to understand the picture behind the intel is really, I think, where we need to go next. And you have a pretty clear picture. Like, I didn't figure out the thing with the liberals until today. I just figured that out this morning, that they get paid. They're all they're running the country clubs. They got the cool houses in Maine. I mean, they're getting paid. They go to the big colleges. I mean, so they have a vested interest in the perpetuation of a non-democratic society in Israel. It all comes down to Israel. Is the heart of the matter. Even though I always say Makda Yisrael, which means make this Israel, they're whatever. Anyway, so at the end of the day, um, just try to filter this information through your own sources and see if it makes sense. And I'm sure you can add. I would still move to Israel. I also would still move to Israel. I intend to be there at the end of days. I intend to be in Jerusalem or Sfat. I mean, but that's neither here nor there. I'm here where I am now, and it really doesn't matter where I am, but to some degree, maybe it does. I don't know, but it's just important to know the characters. So you have the bad guys who were in control. Now, think of if you want some intel. Okay, Hadass Ariel, I'm going to give you some intel. Think of what's going to happen to the matrix, to this whole structure that I just laid out when the currency goes south. Okay, the whole thing is just going to go. It's going to be like the moisture is going to be pulled out of the matrix, and it's going to just crack and blow away in the wind. And that's about to happen because they've been fooling us with the money supply, among with everything else, with the medical supply and all these other different things, and they're about to go away big time. So we're coming into the great awakening, and this is part of the great awakening, is understanding what's going on. Now, are the galactics gods? No. And they don't want to be our gods. We need to be our own gods. We not our own gods. We need to be our own rulers. But we will have a king. We will have a human king, but he will embody, he will have the genetic structure to include in his soul all other souls. And he will not, he will be like Trump. I mean, let's be honest. Mr. T is that kind of a leader. He is a king. He is essentially a king right now because he doesn't really have any vested interest in himself other than he likes to play golf. But that's I mean, he's like a king. He is a king, but where he gets into trouble, and I don't even know if this comes from him. I don't think it really comes from him, but from what these like these petty patriots seem to want to say is that it's involved with a certain religion, and he's comes from essentially a nice Jewish guy. Now that's where and I don't know how much of that is coming from him and how much is coming from some of these rogue patriot types, that want to put their own agenda in it. I don't know why. I guess it's just really long brainwashing. I mean, these are the same people that understand that the 13 bloodline families are running the world. Why wouldn't they have gotten their fingers into the religious pies? And I'm not exonerating. You think that I'm exonerating Torah, and I'm saying like Torah that we know 100% Torah is. I'm not going there. I'm not weighing in on that one. I'm just weighing in. The main conclusion to all this thing, what I told you today, is that we are humanity. We are a new species. We don't need anyone to tell us what to do. We want to take it for ourselves. We want to work together. And that's it, man. It's easy. So, all right. So, guys, I will see you in a couple of hours. I don't think I have anything today. Big announcement, right? Waiting for the big announcement. I just made the big announcement. I mean, really, you just heard the big announcement. This is I don't even know what you're talking about. This is exactly this is the you know that's evil. That's just really not nice stuff, man. I mean, I don't know what makes you think that way, other than I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I don't buy I Melody, you and I think a lot alike. I just don't. Oh, the anti? They think he's the anti? Yeah, that's way over the top. Um, thank you, thank you, Donna. Yeah, I know I don't come from around here, but um, yeah, just think about it, man. I mean, listen, if this last presentation makes you think in a different way, then that's a really good thing. Ricky Porter, how are you? All right, guys. So I love you, and can't let them get to you. Yeah. Anyway, so there's a lot. We have a lot of different energies. On Marijuana is God's gift, right? That's like Right. We'll see you guys tonight. Yeah, I know this has been a bit of an out there kind of a revelation type deal on this last hour, but thanks for putting up with me. You see, this is indicative of where this information goes. We have 374 people. I didn't get there should be hundreds, if not millions, of people listening to this message. This is the essential message of humanity right now, and I got I don't even get 1,000, but that's okay. It's like that's where we're holding, and some people get it, and a lot of people on this channel really understand what I'm talking about. It's not me, what we are talking about. Anyway, okay, so I'm going long. So yeah, so we'll see you in a couple hours. Think about it. Maybe I should just, you know, erase this episode, but I don't think so. I think this is really important. And yes, they said they're saving Israel for last, and it needs a lot of work. Yeah, we are one, 100%. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I am sharing from the heart, and listen. This is all news to me too. I just got this download this morning, and what's going on in Israel? What's going on in Israel is the redemption, man. The complete and utter redemption of mankind. Thank you, Chosen. I also think this is the best. Even though we're not getting a lot of peeps, maybe that's the best testimony there is. You thanks, darn Carlin. Just be godly in everything. Thanks, Sirius. Thank you, Tom. Yeah, I know. Listen, the people on this channel, man, you guys are like on the cutting edge. The rest of the world is still distracted by intel. They want the intel. They want the juice. They want the drugs. But the real peeps, the real star seeds just want we. How are these people going to grow if they don't get past the the intel and look at the real structure of what's really going on? I don't know. I think folks are tired. It's a trial. Yeah, it could be. People will watch later. Yeah. All right. Anyway, you're right. But anyway, God bless you guys, and we'll catch you tonight. This is good. Thanks for putting up with me. I love you.